Hello and welcome to your wedding dashboard. This is what it looks like when you first log in. So down the left hand side, you've got all of your different sections. You've got an overview of your budget, your RSVP summary, a countdown to your wedding and your urgent tasks. If you click on the date, you can actually pop in your own wedding date so that it counts down the days. And the cool feature is you click on this button and it will download your entire wedding plan. All right, so this is where you're going to start tracking all of your guests. So you're going to start creating a card for each person, and then you're going to go in and enter in all of the information. So you'll have their name, their home address, their email address, any dietary requirements, track what you've sent them, what you've received back, and also track the gift that they've given you, which can be really, really helpful if you're opening up, a huge amount of gifts and you actually want to track and send thank you cards afterwards. It's going to count all of the number of guests as you enter them in, so you can keep a total there. And it's got this functionality that has both print to PDF and print to Excel. So print to PDF, really helpful if you need to email dietary requirements to your caterer or your venue, and print to Excel is awesome if you want to send an email to all of your guests. Just simply copy and paste. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is the to-do list. And look, we've made this completely customizable because your wedding isn't the same as everybody else's. You can't just Google a to-do list and assume that you're going to have all of the same tasks as every other couple in the world. So that's what I love about this piece. You can completely edit it to whatever you require for your day. It does come with a template, so you can just go through and that'll help you get started. And then you start adding in your own categories and line items and adding them as either outstanding, or you can change them to urgent if you want to see what needs to be done this week, for example, and then completed once you tick them off. I think the cool bit is being able to add in bits that are unique to your day. So I'm just showing you here how you can add in a category. Say if you're going to have a gin bar, and then you go through and you're going to put in tasks that you need to complete to have that gin bar all organized. So it really does keep you on track, and you can also print to PDF if you. All right, so here's where you track your budget. So don't be scared. It's the same format as the other pages where you essentially have your category and then you put all of your line items underneath that. For each line item, you've got estimated cost, you've got the deposit paid, you've got the actual cost and the balance that's due. So everything is fully automated. You're going to be able to keep track of it. It's all saves itself. It automatically saves, so you don't have to worry about losing your work. And you also have all of the totals down the bottom. This information is then also lifted and it represented on your dashboard. All right, so this is where you're going to start tracking your research. So essentially what you do is create a category for each piece that you're researching. So for example, you might have your venues, your dresses, your celebrants, all that sort of thing. And then for each business that you're looking at, you're going to enter in their business name, a hyperlink to a relevant page, email address, their price, their availability, and any comments or anything that you want to add in there. So the bit that I love the most about this is the hyperlink. It's really simple but so helpful to be able to just click the hyperlink and it goes straight to the venues page or whoever it is that you're researching. So I've used mine as an example, but hopefully that helps. So next you've got your run sheet. So essentially I've put in a template here for the day before your wedding day and the day after, but just bear in mind that you can actually just edit that to whatever you need. You might prefer to use it for your honeymoon or something like that. It has in lots of line items, but you can just change it to whatever you require. And what's great about this one is that you can do a print to PDF, and I highly recommend printing about 5 copies of this before your wedding day so that you don't have a line of about 10 people asking you questions. You can just literally print this off or email it to them and say, this is the run sheet for our day. Any questions, just revert back to it as our source of truth. All right, so the next piece I'm going to walk you through is your music. And this is really important because you need to give this list of your favorite songs and your least favorite songs to either your DJ or your band. Super important because otherwise you're going to be on the dance floor having a ball and a terrible song will come on and you'll kick yourself for not filling this bit in. So do that, and then also pop in your ceremony playlist, obviously important. And I've added in some inspiration too. So if you're really struggling with what you want to play, bear in mind that I've got got a canapes playlist, one for the dance floor, golden oldies, and also a playlist for walking down the aisle if you need a bit of inspo. All right, so now we're going to start seating your guests. So any of your guests from your guest cards or your guest tracker that have clicked accepted is going to start showing up in your guest list on the right hand side, and that essentially means that you've then got those guests ready to be seated. So John Smith's going to be at the head of the table and Jenny's going to be at his right, and so on and so forth. So you can create as many tables as you like, and it doesn't matter if they're, circle, square, rectangle. This format is going to work for all of them, which is really, really helpful. To add your guest to each table, you just simply need to type in their name and it will be pre-populated. So as you can see, we've popped Eliza onto that table and then she's disappeared from the guest list on the right hand side. Also quite cool that you can see the number of guests remaining to seat. So obviously this is a bit of a test version, but you get the idea. Again, I love the print functionality on this because you simply print it, open up the PDF, and you can email that straight off to your venue. So really, really helpful if they are helping you with your seating plan.